The man pulled out a dagger and slashed at the gangsters inside the elevator. Soon the doors opened on the second floor. The thugs charged forward until only one gangster remained. Colton grabbed him, demanding the whereabouts of his kidnapped niece. He then rushed to the room where she was being held. Luckily, she was unharmed. Colton dragged the last gangster outside and finished him off. After that, he unlocked the handcuffs, slipped the key into his pocket, and left the hideout with his niece. But the massacre inside the gang's den quickly drew the attention of their boss. The gang leader immediately called the sheriff, and soon corrupt cops arrived at Colton's home. Colton had already sensed danger. Just as he escaped, the gangsters spotted him and drove straight at him. He raised his gun and took down the sniper. Colton sprinted toward the speeding car, leapt onto the hood, and avoided the deadly impact. The driver reversed and charged again. Colton dashed toward a cliff wall, kicked himself upward, smashed through the car window, and aimed his gun at the driver. That's when he learned. The gang wanted him dead for stealing their USB drive. Without hesitation, Colton shot the driver. He then snuck back home, only to find his niece had been captured again. Colton had no choice but to drop his gun and surrender, slowly walking toward the gangsters. But just as they reached for the USB drive, Colton struck back. His niece ran into the house. Colton followed, diving in after her, and barricaded the door with a cabinet. The gang broke in from the back. Colton shot at their knees until his ammo ran dry. Then he fought them hand to hand. Outside, the gang boss demanded an update, but no one responded. So he hunted down the niece himself and tried to use her as a hostage. Before he could act, a gunshot rang out. The sheriff had turned on him. He no longer wanted to be a pawn for the gang. At that moment, Colton arrived, but the sheriff aimed at him too. Colton fired first, and the sheriff hit the ground. Colton gave him two choices: fight or surrender. The sheriff still reached for his weapon, and a bullet ripped through his forehead.